Welcome back to SnowRunner, guys, and this is the Glitchworks 01 Desperado. Now, it is a console-friendly version of a 2001 Chevy Silverado 1500, and it actually features quite a few different engine, suspension, and other options that you can go through and really pick and choose which ones you prefer. And really, at the end of the day, it was actually based off of someone's real truck that actually came to Glitchworks to have him build it and get it into the game. So, like I said before, this truck is fully console friendly. However, it has not been approved for consoles yet as of filming this video. Although, if we are to go off of the record of his previous trucks, of Glitchworks' previous trucks, I'm sure it'll have no problems at all getting approved. So, with that being said, let's take it into the garage and let's see what some of these customization options are, and then we'll take it out into the testing grounds and see what it's like. Let's fire it up. Definitely fires up really, really quick. Whoa! Oh god, it's actually got a lot of torque, like a ton of torque. Okay, all right, I got you there. Now, the 5.3 Vortec is going to get you to an A power to weight rating, whereas the 6.0 Vortec is going to get you straight to an S+, and then the 8.1 Vortec will also be an S+, but it's just going to be more, like a lot more. So we're going to go with the 8.1 liter for this one. And even though there's no, like, diesel option here, that makes sense because it's a 1500. It's not a 2500 or 3500, which would have been offered with the Duramax or the gas engine. So let's go ahead and go through the gearbox options now. We have the 5-speed default, 6-speed highway, and 4-speed off-road. We're going to start with the 4-speed off-road, and then we're going to go back to the 6-speed highway a little bit later on in the test when we go off the bridge jump and things like that. Now, let's see. Suspension-wise, we have the stock height. We have lifted, we have, let's see, that's actually based on a 6-inch rough country kit. Then you also have the lifted tow package, which basically is the same height but has additionally strengthened rear suspension components for towing capacity, basically. Then we also have the extreme lift, which seems like it just kind of stretches everything. So we'll see what kind of tire sizes we can fit on the normal lift, and then after that we'll go back and see what we can fit on the extreme lift. So tires-wise, let's see. Well, we can actually, it'll let you go up to a 39 on just the 6-inch lift, although that would be, like, it's actually already rubbing on the bumper. The only thing is, you get a ton of positive camber if you go with the extreme lift, so I think that I'm going to go with the 6-inch lift, and we're probably going to cap it there. You have a pretty good selection of mud tires and off-road tires, though, and you also have chained tires in all the way up to a 39, should you want to use this thing in a snowy or icy environment. So let's go back down now to, let's see. I like the 35-inch boggers, and I think I might go with the 35-inch boggers right off the bat. Now let's do the Stage 4 winch, and snorkel-wise, we'll go with the tall front-facing. And then bed-wise, whoa, we've got this rescue cap, which is really cool. It says Forestry Rescue on the side, should you want to use this thing as a rescue slash support vehicle. You also have the tonneau cover, which actually comes with 50 repair points, 1 spare wheel, and 8 gallons of fuel. Then you also have a jerry can that can go in the bed and a toolbox. Let's throw the toolbox and the jerry can in there for now, and then we may be able to figure out a different setup a little bit later on. Now, hood-wise, you can actually put a bug guard on the front if you so choose. And then bumpers-wise, you have the stock bumper, you have bumper 2, and you have bumper 3, which is actually, you could tell that it's weighted for sure because it really does pull the front end down when you actually throw it on there. The only thing is, I'm kind of going back and forth on what setup I want to use. I like the way the stock bumper looks, but as far as off-road effectiveness, it's definitely going to be bumper 2 for me. So, let's see. Roof-wise, we have round beacon, flasher bar, let's see, roof fog lights, large fog lights, rain guards, which I wasn't expecting to see, and a visor. I'll throw the rain guards on there just to see. We have the AR-26, AR-62, we have weld bead locks, we have mag slots, and we have steelies as well as H1 wheels. I'm going to throw, I think, I kind of like the AR-62s, but I also like the weld bead locks. And then colors-wise, we actually seem to have a pretty good range of colors here. I like the red, as I'm sure y'all would have been able to figure out. I like the blue as well. And I do like the light blue also. So I think for this one, I'm going to go with the red. And I know that some people are going to say, oh my god, of course he picked red. There have been many builds where I haven't picked red. And you know what? A lot of trucks look good in red. So that's why we're picking it. Now we're going to go ahead and leave the garage. And actually, man, this thing looks really good. I mean, there's really not much about this thing that I don't like. And actually, as you can tell, it's definitely been designed so that it doesn't really run into a lot of RAM issues or space issues on consoles. So this thing kind of fits into the same sort of category that the G150 did, where it won't really stress out your console all that much, especially if you're on an older console. So I'm really glad that he's designing his mods that way. So let's see how it flexes on the 6-inch lift. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I mean, we're not even at full flex yet. That's pretty good. Whoa, for an IFS truck on just a 6-inch lift, I mean, we're only just now starting to pick up the rear tires. So I'm impressed with that. I think it actually does a really good job for being sort of the mid-range suspension option. And I definitely think that if you were looking for like a realistic Scout that is also a mod, I mean, this thing could fit right into your modded campaign playthrough with no problem whatsoever. Now, let's also see, ooh, real quick, I do need to see in terms of campaign effectiveness. I'm sure it's got some trailer options in there, but we've got, yeah, like the 1 and 2 unit Scout flatbeds, you know, Scout fuel trailer, Scout radar trailer. Yeah, you got a good little selection of Scout trailers for sure that I definitely think would be useful, again, in a campaign playthrough. So this I could definitely see maybe taking the place of the stock in-game Chevy 1500 because, you know, for a lot of people, they prefer this generation of Chevy as opposed to that early to mid-90s OBS generation. Now, also, there are going to be a lot of people out there that prefer the 90s generation over this generation, but it's really all personal preference, and if you prefer this one, you're going to have the option to basically use this one as a replacement for that, you know, when it does drop on consoles. It's already out on PC, but once it's approved by the devs, then it will be making its way to consoles. Now let's see how it does in some crawling-based environments. Wow. Dude, high range with the off-road box isn't really all that fast, but what it does is it does do a really good job of getting the power to the ground. And I love the fact that it's a diff lock always-on truck. Now let's see what it's like with the 6-inch lift and the 35s through a rocky section. Now it does have a lot of flex, which once again is going to help it majorly, but let's see, we're kind of right up against that rock. I don't know if it's going to actually be able to go through there. Yeah, nope. That's sketchy. That's real sketchy. I don't even know if we can get out. Yeah, I don't know if we can even get out. That's actually a much more iffy situation than I thought it was going to be. Because now we're a bit stuck. We're actually a lot stuck. We're way more stuck than I thought we were going to be. Come on, bud. Let's go. Come on. Dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, well, I guess it's time that we fish this thing out of here, right? So let's grab the good old 2017 L400 solely for the purpose of just pulling that thing backwards. Put it in reverse, and you're coming this way. May not have been the nicest way to pull it out of there, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at all. It's fine, and everything is gonna be a-okay. Went ahead and did a quick repair just because I wanted to make sure it didn't have a bunch of visual damage on it. And I'm sure that the grip is there. It's just obviously these tires and this lift height was not necessarily high enough to get it up and over that rock lip. So let's see how it does in the mud with these tires and this lift height. So let's see, shallow mud first. It should be pretty good in here, actually. Not a bad interior either. Although I don't think this mod was definitely like really designed to be used all that much in interior view, but the fact that the option is there is quite nice. So it went through there pretty well. Let's see how you do in some of the mud lanes. Hey, these boggers are putting in work. Look at that. Wow. What it didn't do at this height on the rocks, it definitely makes up for in the mud. Now, it started to bog down towards the end of that mud lane right there. Let's see how it does in the even deeper stuff. Now, this is where the extreme lift and those 39s would definitely come in really handy because, once again, as you can see, it's, yeah, I decided to just go ahead and winch it backwards because it was not feeling that. But you know what? For those of you that really like preserving the game balance, I mean, this truck is definitely not going to be, even with the top engine, remember, we're on the top engine right now, and it still, in my opinion, does not qualify as anywhere near, you know, OP, even with the top engine. So really all the top engine is going to get you is it's going to get you more torque, and that is going to help. It's going to make the truck more effective, but I don't think it's going to make it overpowered at all. So you could definitely tell once again as you drive it that it was designed to be a modded addition to a campaign playthrough without necessarily being too over the top if that's the gameplay style that you prefer. Now, making our way through the dips obstacle, it's certainly got the grip to make it through here, no problem. But let's see if it gets high-centered on any of these a little bit later on. Easy does it. As long as you go through here diagonally, you'll be okay. And I think that at the end of the day, driving through here diagonally is probably going to be the move. Because if you don't drive through here diagonally, it's probably going to get sketchy. It's probably going to get real sketchy. Let's see. It's probably just going to drive the front end into the ground. I mean, it does, but not as badly as I expected it to. It drags the bumper front and rear. But you know what? Don't worry about it. It's A-okay just fine. So now it's time to swap out that off-road transmission for a highway transmission. We've already got the highest powered engine in it. And let's go ahead and refresh that weather real quick so we're not necessarily dealing with a rainstorm the whole time. And let's make our way down to the bridge jump. Well, it's pretty quick. It's not the quickest thing in the world with the highway transmission, but it's still quick enough that I feel like it could hold its own on most of the racetracks in the game. This one would actually be really fun to use on the RC map that I showed recently as a, like, basically as a miniaturized RC truck, I think. I think it would actually really suit that track super well. Alright, let's make our way up to the bridge jump. We're already in 6th gear, so it's probably going to be basically just dropping it into neutral and letting gravity take it on the way down. Alright, up and over the top. Here we go. There's neutral, so it can only get faster from here. Boom! And, wow, actually, you know, I gotta say, for what it was and for what it did, I mean, it's not as damaged as you would think it would be. It actually held up really, really well to what we just put it through. And for that, I mean, I definitely think this thing deserves some mad respect. So, if you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed checking out this truck, make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions on it in the comments below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time.